everybody, NinjaX the Enlightened Gamer here. Welcome to another new Enlightened Vlogs. It feels like it's been a really long time since I've done one of these. But that's mainly just because my last several vlogs, with the exception of the most recent one, were dedicated almost entirely to channel updates, mainly regarding Mind of Ninja. So today, I want to get back on topic and talk about something that I may have talked about before. If this is a repeat vlog, I'm sorry. But I'm really fascinated by this topic. I want to talk about the next age. I'm sure anyone who's watched the Flintstones know what I mean when I say age. Modern Stone Age? Family from the town of Bad Rock. If you say anymore, you'll get flagged for copyright. I mean, I don't know if Hanna-Barbera is really that into flagging people on YouTube. To be honest, it kind of feels like that whole company's kind of died out and become Scooby-Doo Channel. Just kind of sad, but it's a thing. Anyways, you've heard of the Stone Age, you've likely heard of the Bronze and Iron Age as well. Then the Age of Industry brought about by the Industrial Revolution, which has been far and away the longest age. And the reason for that is that necessity is the mother of invention. With the exception of disease and warfare caused by an advance in technology, human beings don't die as often as they used to. So much to the point now where you can actually say that a person is unlucky if they end up dead. Either that or they just age to the point where they finally died of old age, or nobody really dies of old age, complications brought on by old age. So we are still currently in the industrial age. The age of industry. Despite what many people would say, it's brought a lot of great things. Yes, it has brought pollution. Yes, it has brought toxic byproducts. Yes, it has brought plastic and all that stuff. And you can poo-poo it and yell at it and fart on it all you want. But it's also given us electricity. It's given us quick, efficient transportation. And most importantly, it's given us factories. Factories where things can be mass-produced. And that is what's bringing us into the next era. Factories that mass-produce computer chips. The next age is the age of information. What's holding us back from being in the age of information is something that's a little bit more complicated than it sounds, and it sounds pretty complicated. For me, I honestly think that the thing holding us back from being truly in the age of information is our reliance on industry. Whenever a new age begins, the tidings of the last age are always cast off. Yeah, people still use bronze after the Bronze Age, but it was minimal. And right, as long as factories are still producing important content, important products, we will still be in the age of industry. Factories create jobs, so it's going to be hard to get rid of them. This is one thing that a lot of people have been complaining about in the United States, particularly on the right end of the political spectrum, for quite some time. There are too many jobs in China. They're not putting enough jobs here in America. When America can America. It's actually a good thing that China, at least from a political standpoint, is becoming the industrial hub. Because industry itself is about to be phased out. And what's going to be responsible for that? Video games. The virtual world. A world within our own world where people can physically go through the use of avatars to conduct important business transactions and to meet and have polarizing and intense political and non-political conversations. Ninjo, this sounds familiar. It should sound familiar. The gateway to the age of information is the MMO. As much as I don't like playing MMOs, mainly because they're addictive and really the gameplay is pretty shallow and stacked upon itself, but MMOs are a gateway to global communication. Create an MMO that anybody can understand with a universal translator. Obviously, Google's been working on those for a while with Google Translate. And all of a sudden, you can talk to anybody, anywhere in the world, and interact with anybody, anywhere in the world, in their own language, without having to learn it. The age of information could bring about the end of war. A war that the industrial age has made so devastating that games like Fallout have been inspired by it. Imagine a world, a Star Trek era world, where humanity can retire all of its weapons of war, all of its nuclear arms, reduce ourselves to what we need for personal defense without alienating or offending the public, and be able to advance starward. Science fiction is very rapidly becoming science fact. And as it does so, we're faced with one of two inevitabilities. Either A, humanity will become immortal, or B, we'll overstep our bounds and become extinct. And no more of this, it's not going to happen in my lifetime kind of business either. Because it's actually very likely, with the progression of technology, particularly the progression of microchips and artificial intelligence, to happen within our lifetimes. Unless you're 80 years old watching this, it very well could happen to you and to me. And it'll be scary, it'll be frightening, but that's what will destroy us, the fear. What will save us is love. All you need is love, like the copyright. I don't think I'm ever going to get tired of copyright jokes. Unless they got rid of copyright blocking, in which case I would happily retire all my copyright jokes. No complaints! No problems! Anyways, so we are heading towards the age of information, after which the age of cybernetics, the age of space travel, and beyond that, I don't even know. I don't think anybody knows. But it certainly seems like those are the two most rapidly approaching aims. And I, for one, am both terrified and thrilled for what the future has to offer, for what it can bring. We've already started phasing out industry somewhat. True, my computer was made in a factory. Even if I had put it together, its parts still would have been made in a factory. And that's okay. Because that's what will be left behind from the age of industry. Factories used for producing content built specifically for the purpose of sharing information. As I'm sharing it with you right now, free of charge, I might add. Give me your money. Give it to me now. Give me all of your money. Don't give me any of your money. I mean, my channel does have a tip jar, but feel free to ignore it. I would happily continue doing this for free for many more years. I'd prefer to start making money off of ad revenue, real money that you could live on, but if that never happens, I still don't see myself stopping the YouTube game anytime soon. What I do see is other people starting to treat websites like YouTube as serious businesses. And as they do so, more and more people are going to make websites their jobs. The people that leave the factories, that stop hammering a nail and throwing out discarding toothpaste tubes with holes in them, the more people will flock to the internet. It's true. It's a sad reality. Machines will replace us in the current workplace. Because machines are of the next age. But being a creative thinker, it'll take a long time for a machine to phase human beings out of that job. Head towards the future. And when we get there, remember to stay enlightened.